when I do my hook kill and I go to my headquarters and he's trying to not let me do this by forcing his knees this way, to force it towards me. So remember, his knee is past my, I don't have pecs, but let's say that I had pecs and there was some kind of crease right here. Once his knees past this, I go to leg leap. Once his knees are here, I either go to leg drag or Gordon Ryan. Once his knee faces back towards my Fuji symbol, I always go knee cut or rubber pass. I'm a big rubber passer, so that's why I go to that. If you're a knee cut passer, this is where that's going to be exposed. So, a couple things that I like to do that's a little different is once I create this, I always like to put my hand on the underhook side on the ground, and I like to become sticky compared to heavy. Because again, I'm always looking for the back. That's my number one thing. And you can still create a lot of pressure, particularly in the groin muscles, spreading them apart when I do it in this variation. So when I'm here, I hook heel to the side, I start to push, he starts to open, yeah, that's the trigger. I can feel his knees starting to move. I'm not gonna fight this. Like, I'm like, oh man, Brett's like, it's terrible. No, I'm just gonna go, okay. Look how his hip moves. He's pushing, he's pushing, he's pushing, I just let it slide. My hand slides directly down, just watch this one, so I don't try not to move any balls. My hand slides down and my knee just pops to the side. And I'm just gonna sit just like this, toes pointed this way. My groin my hip bone is laying right in his groin and my elbow's poked here. So this is going back to being heavy versus sticky. So now I'm being sticky here and here. My foot's still engaged here, my toes are out and I'm staying low. I just have this underhook, I'm not grabbing it traditional, I'm just here. So now my partner moves around, I'm just on him at all times. So what's my rule that I never want to happen? Myself, I've said it 100 times because I'm so like ingrained. I don't want him, if he's me, to get to my what? What did he just do when he tried to frame on me? Move around. And now he goes here. But now he opened the space. I just let my legs slide off. I'm coming. So, little Mikey Musumeci philosophy here for you, real quick. When I'm passing the guard, if he makes a muscle here and keeps his knees bent, here, we call this the pass box. So my whole goal is to fit my body in this slot. So back to your thing about asking, if we're pitting the knee and Joe brings his upper body to his lower body, now the pass box is gone. So all I'm doing when I'm in this position here is he can come to me to close the pass box, but now his head has come to me. Now as I cross face him, now the pass box has become super, right? I can just put my knee down and pivot. So when we're here, I'm not in a rush. I'm just like glued to him. I'm like, tire yourself out. Because we talk about this. If this is a match, and I do this in the first 30 seconds and I pass his guard, well now I gotta pin him for another like 4.5 minutes. But what if I just wait for 3 minutes to pass his guard? Now I only have to pin him for 3 minutes or 2 minutes compared to, and I'm thinking strategic. I'm like looking at the ref, he's like, penalty. He's like, penalty, advantage. And then I'm like, oh, there we go. Because now I'm up by 3, there's only 2 minutes left for him to re-guard. And then worst case scenario is, this is a little bit more IAGF jargorish talk. I get here, ooh, there's only 2 minutes left. I score. I look at the ref. He's like, are you American? I'm like, no. He's like, 3 points. Great. Joe turns in. He stays back up. He gets in this scramble. He comes up. Well, now I'm up by 3. And he only has a minute to pass my guard. Now I'm just going to lock him in guard and stall as long as possible for that. Let's say I get another penalty because I'm stalling with that minute left. That's only 2 points for him. Guess what? It's still 3-2. Just strategically beat him with being as lazy as possible. Why? Because I might have more matches that day. Right? Especially if you guys come down and do grappling interviews or you have it here. I don't know how big the one is.